Everybody, I hope you're doing well, handy dandy. Enjoy whatever you're doing. Let's jump into this insanity that continues to control our lives, I guess. By the way, before we get going, please subscribe if you haven't. I'm fighting. The algorithm's upside down right now for me. Did the Kyle Rittenhouse trial stuff, and which was just amazing, by the way. That was just, it was a part of YouTube history, social media history. Let me rephrase that. And anyway, so it completely messed up my algorithm. I got like 5 days of no articles like this or anything. It's horrible. So I gotta get back on track. Appreciate you guys again. Please subscribe. And let's do this. Let's look at this one here. This is an amazing thing to me. I didn't even know this was going on. You remember Parkland, Florida? The school shooting happened on February 14th, St. Valentine's Day, a few years ago. David Hogg became the celebrity out of that. He rode his bicycle with a video camera or something. I don't know. He's became a Twitter mouthy person after that. Parkland families reach $127.5 million settlement with the Justice Department. That means you're paying for this. The federal government has reached a tentative $127.5 million settlement with the families of victims of a 2018 mass shooting at Florida high school who sued over the FBI's failure to act on warnings that the gunman was planning an attack. A person familiar with the agreement said. Now go back and think about this. They pushed this huge for gun control. All right, it was a completely absurd. This is the one where the resource officer hid. This is the guy had an AR-15. He left. I'll never forget this. He left after running out of bullets or whatever he did. He took an Uber. Took an Uber to school with his AR. And then he walked over to Subway after he was done. Now, while he's been in prison, this fine-looking specimen of genome also got into a fight with a prison guard. And then his trial's coming up, and I was going to cover it. Because I was like, this just seems like so weird. So many things. I think he killed 19 people maybe. And his trial comes up, and they read him, what's going on, and he says, yeah, I'm guilty. And then went through every count, and he said, guilty, 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 without any thought to it, really. I mean, it was so weird to me, I thought. Anyway, but yeah, the Justice Department supposedly knew. Too. That's what people were saying. I called the FBI. They called the FBI. Everybody called. Called the FBI. Called the sheriff's office. The sheriff was that guy who a pretty boy looking sheriff, because this is outside of Miami. He got recalled or something. Lost his job. Anyway, the federal court Monday said the parties are working to finalize additional details before submission for final approval. The terms are never settled or never to close in a settlement. The settlement comes, and this gets me. The settlement comes a month after the Justice Department agreed to pay $88 million to the families killed in the 2015 shooting of a historic black church in Charleston, South Carolina. They're still bringing that one up for gun control issues. Think about that. How dare the government, how dare a politician even say a word about an infringement on a God-given constitutional protected right and not admit to the fact that they're guilty. The government is guilty. The people you're paying their salaries to protect you are the ones who have let people murder you. Think about this. Golly, it's just gross. Let's see, this occurred after the FBI did not conduct a thorough gun purchase background check. It's like they gave it to them. You think there's a lawsuit going against the government for Las Vegas? The word closure is not a word I use in these sentences because there's no such thing as closure for the families who have suffered the way they did. Um, 40 Parkland families sued the Justice Department. Something different than that is turning the page. Florida gunman, now 23, pleaded guilty last month to killing 14 students, 3 faculty members in the February 2018 Parkland Massacre. A jury trial is planned to determine whether he should face a death penalty or life imprisonment. I've started saying that I'm against the death penalty because it just seems like it's a sham. It is such a waste of time now. They don't implement it. It's sad. It's disgusting. And I just soon not make it political. Just remove that from the equation, right? If it worked, if they actually used it, but maybe they changed it from the name of it from the death penalty to abortion. Maybe it would start being used effectively. The FBI's failure to investigate the January 2018 tip before the Parkland Massacre was one of the numerous. Oh, wait a second here. I skipped a part, I think. Day before Cruz's guilty plea, families of the victims and dozens of others traumatized reached a $25 million settlement with the Broward County School District. So, what is this one? 128? 127.5, and they've got a 25. So we're like $152,500,000. They see the 40 filed. What's that? Actually, it's exactly $3 million each after attorney's fees. It sounds like a lot of money, but it's not. For the ones who lost their lives, they'll never have anything. So that's the deep part. And the federal government blamed your rights are the reason why these people. This is the same government that was Fast and Furious, where a border patrol agent was shot by a gun he obtained illegally that the ATF told a FFL dealer to sell. It's part of a Mexican cartel. The FBI, however, failed to pass the tip along to local field offices for further investigation. Officials have acknowledged there's not a protocol for that, or they didn't do that intentionally. If they're settling, that means it won't be on court. Of course it was intentional. Why wouldn't it be? Everything's intentional. The Parkland shooting prompted widespread protests against gun violence and calls for stricter gun control laws, but those efforts so far have not led to significant changes. Well, in Florida they did. Florida, you have to be 21 now to buy a rifle. The FBI's failure successfully influenced legislation against your rights. That is horrible. Just horrible. Government's not supposed to be against your rights. Your rights are there to protect you against the government. You see how the whole Constitution, the whole reason why the Revolutionary War was fought now. The whole basis of federalism. To protect you against the government. Why is your government now trying to go after your rights to protect yourself? Weird, isn't it? Golly. Anyway, that's that. There's this scumbag. I mean, he's just. I can't say the words that he is on YouTube. I don't want to look at him anymore. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. God bless these families. They're just pawns in the game. And cheerful day. I got to do a cheerful one. We'll end all this with something happy. Anyway, listen, love you guys. Really do. Stay safe. Be good out there. And Godspeed. Until next time. Peace. Hey, thanks for watching. And please go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button. Appreciate it.